I've officially encountered my first problem with the Corvette. It's not really a big problem. I do have a flat tire though, or I have a leak in one of my back rear tires. So I'm gonna try to figure out if maybe a nail or something is in there. My other truck, I haven't had a nail in it in years. Like it's been probably like maybe 4 to 5 years since I've had a nail in the truck. So, I mean, this would be the first. Of course, it would be in the nice car. Why can't the truck, you know, out of all vehicles, why can't the truck, or maybe even the Honda, why couldn't that one have gotten the nail? But of course, no, it had to be this beauty. Right here, if you guys can see, right on in there, it's kind of tough to see, but it's right here. And that's a weird placement. I've seen like nails angled in, I've seen them straight in, I've never, you know, and it's usually in this spot, you know, it's either on the outside edge right here, on the inside edge, anytime I've ever gotten a nail. And they're usually always at an angle coming in, but like this is the first time. This looks like, I mean, this thing is just like straight across. I've never seen a nail in there like that, to be honest. That's kind of weird. I'm trying to figure out how that's even, I mean, I guess it kind of entered right here and then just plunged its way in there. But now with me having to get the tire fixed, something else I've been thinking about with the wheels in general has just been the look, right? I don't mind it. I'm not gonna lower it. I kind of thought about dropping it like an inch or so just to kind of give it that, you know, that look, but it's honestly not that bad for me. And I got front lift, so, and that's all under warranty. I don't really want to do too much where I would void any type of warranty. So, but one thing about the wheels I was saying, I'm thinking about changing them up, right? What should I do? They don't look bad.
On your mark, get set, terrible.
I wasn't a fan of the 5-spoke coming into them, but for some reason on this vehicle with the black and then the silver coming around, even the black on here, they're like kind of like speckled, it's like speckly or whatever. So they actually kind of do look good with this like hypersonic gray, and then the silver stripe. I do love that. But I was thinking maybe if I change the wheels up, I was looking at a few, this on screen, boom, like a dark graphite or whatever, that would probably look good. Or I even thought about going like a more silver look to match the stripe. Or I just may keep these. I don't really mind keeping them. I would still keep the same size. I thought about upsizing, going like 20 in the front, 21 in the back, since I wasn't gonna lower it. That way I could fill in some of that wheel space, but honestly, it's not even that bad. I would just keep the same wheels. I wanted to go forward so I can get lighter wheels anyway, just to, you know, for a little bit better performance and whatnot. Shut off, what, like an extra 20, 30 pounds all around. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about right now. But first things first, I gotta get that tire fixed. The vet is back from the dealer. And for the tire, we didn't have just one nail, not two, not three, not four. They actually stopped counting at four and was like, you know what, we're just gonna need a new tire in general because it's just not going, especially for the placement of one, how it was straight across. It made no sense to patch it up. And then there was so many objects in the tire. They're like, yeah, we're gonna just go ahead and replace the tire, which luckily I had it covered. Wheels and tires are covered. I went ahead and paid for that because when getting the vehicle, I found out the tires themselves are what, $600 each. And I was like, yeah, if I have to go through a round of tires, you know, paying this initial $3,000 for coverage versus, you know, going through one round of tires would be $2,400, let alone another round. Now we're quickly passing that $300 easily, and that $3,000 covers wheels and tires. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that coverage. So yeah, the tire is back in commission. You can see the lubricant. I need to clean all that off, but it's got the dried up lubricant for them re-putting the tire back on the wheel. I mean, let's hope we don't encounter any more issues. Like, I'm just sitting there like, man, hopefully, you know, what, four, they stopped counting at four, right? So if there was any more obstacles, I mean, this thing just, they are pretty wide tires. So, but right now, I mean, it's looking like it's a magnet. Let's hope it don't happen again. I haven't really driven it much anywhere other than the same places I've driven my truck. So I'm trying to figure out where it could have happened, maybe at work possibly.
1 week later.
I've got another nail in the tire of the vet. At this point, I'm just like, why, bro? Why even drive it, dog? I can't help but do it. That's why I got the wheel protection, so I don't really got to worry about coming out of pocket for that stuff. But still, it's quite literally annoying to have to go take it to get seen and get fixed up. But I literally just dealt with this problem like 2 weeks ago. The back left, you know, the wide tires, man, they just, I don't know, man, nail magnets. But just 2 weeks ago, not even a full 2 weeks, I just got that tire fixed and replaced. So now we got the back right, got to fix that. Watch, just miraculously it's gonna be the front left, then front right, then all four at one time. I don't know, man. I'm just glad I got the wheel and tire protection. Like, if, boy, I was considering not getting it. Had I not got down protection, man, $600 every time, I'm gonna be honest, that vet might be chilling in the garage forever, bro. That motherfucker might be riding around on rotors the way I'm feeling, bro, because I ain't coming out of pocket 600 every time, especially like, bro, I ain't even owned the car 2 months yet. I don't run into more nails in this vehicle with less than 2 months than I have in the 10 years of me owning vehicles, or however long it's been since I've owned vehicles. All my other vehicles combined, this Corvette has surpassed that in the amount of nails. Actually, just the previous time with just one tire, the amount of nails that were in that specific tire were more than I've ever had across all vehicles. So now to be going quickly, less than 2 months into the whole process of owning this vehicle and having another nail, bro, I'm just like, damn, bro, these wide tires, like, they just magnets to nails at this point. I'm like, man, they cool for gripping the road, but man, they gripping every damn thing in the road I see.
This whole process of getting a new tire, the first time, a little bit seamless. It was like a 4-hour wait at the dealership. My wife actually took the car up there. She sat there for a good 4 hours, you know, just on her computer or whatever. They got it. They went out and sourced the tire, got it delivered or whatever it was. Went and got the new tire, put it on there. That took about 4 hours at the dealership. This time, when it came time to it, I went there on a Saturday, went there that morning, and then by like, you know, the afternoon, they closed at like 4. They told me like, hey, we're gonna replace the tire. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that was gonna be the case, right? We could have looked at that from the very beginning and knew that y'all were gonna replace the tire because of where it was at. So Saturday, I go back up there to see, like, hopefully the car should be done at 4 o'clock. I come up there, oh, so the tire won't be delivered till Monday. And I'm like, dude, I'm a real respectful guy. Like, I understand, like, at the end of the day, the nails should have never been in the road for me to hit in the first place. That's where it all started. So I'm not gonna take my frustrations out on something I can't control on somebody else that can't control that, right? Like that's silly, right? I'm always super respectful, very nice. I'm very understanding. Like, even though internally, like, I am frustrated about the situation, I'm like, hey man, he's a real apologetic guy. Shout out to Matt. I'm like, brother, listen, it has nothing to do with you. Like, don't worry, like, you're doing all you can. You're keeping me updated throughout the process. If it's gonna be Monday, that's cool. I'll just bring the car back up here Monday. He's like, yeah, I'll give you a call first thing Monday. So he calls me Monday, and on Monday, I was like, you know, I took half of the day off at work, whatever. I was like, yeah, I'll just pop in there that morning, drop the vehicle off, or stop by in the morning. It should take y'all like an hour to get that on there, balance and rotate and all that stuff. And then I could be on my way. And then he calls me, he's like, hey man, so it's not gonna be here till 2 o'clock. And I was like, all right, cool, that's fine, whatever. I got somewhere to be. So I was like, I'll just worry about that later. I'll come in tomorrow morning. So now it being Tuesday, I come in there. I finally get it. You know, I was in there for max an hour. I get the new tire on there, whatever, as of Tuesday. And I'm like, man, when it comes, I mean, luckily it was holding air well. It wasn't like a major issue. I was also not driving it. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it kind of plugged itself. Like the first 4 or 5 days of it, I didn't drive it, and then after that, I was like, the last 2 days, I was like, I'm driving it. I don't really care. Like, it's holding air well. There's no drop in PSI. We're gonna roll with it, man. If it gets worse, it gets worse. But it was holding air fine. There was no issues. It kind of just sealed itself. And now I got a new tire on there. And so far with these tires, I mean, luckily, I got the protection and whatnot, so I didn't have to come out of pocket for anything. But it's just the headache of it. You know, hopefully I don't encounter any more tires, especially with a process like that where these Corvette tires aren't as common. And one thing to note is I had to drive an hour to this place, right, to the dealership where I got it from, to get it serviced by them. It's an hour. And nothing wrong with that. That's not that far of a drive for me. So yeah, the dealers in my area, like the same dealers, like I try to go to them for the tire, and they just don't happen to carry any Corvette stuff in stock. They don't actually service the Corvette. So I was like, you know what? They said we can do it, but I'm like, once you told me that, I'm like, y'all don't sound confident. I've seen videos of y'all, you know, people fucking the Corvettes falling off lifts and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? That right there lets me know that y'all ain't comfortable enough to work on the Corvette. Hey, don't worry, I will drive the extra 45 minutes and make the full hour and go to the place that, you know, sells Corvettes. So that's what it was. And, you know, we're getting a car like this and just not having common tires. You know, it's wide tires, so you had to expect something. Yeah, I guess that would be like one of the only downsides of this car so far, is just having to that process of getting a new tire. So, but now going forward, like we know, like, hey, we're calling in advance, like, hey man, I'll send y'all a picture. This is where it's at. It's most likely not going to be patchable. So we're going to go ahead and get that new tire ordered. So when I show up, it's already in stock. I don't got time to be waiting. You know, I need to start carrying them tires on hand instead of trying to go source them. Like, I get it for space and whatnot. But yeah, those have been my tire troubles since getting the C8. I mean, hopefully you guys aren't encountering nails as frequently as I am. You know, hopefully you're all nail free. But hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, peace.